And we are back for the second race, round 2 at Mosport. This is Joseph Odell. I have with me Dalton. Uh, sorry. We are going live. Sorry, it's caught me off guard. We are right here. We have out in front, looks like Nigel Baines. We have right behind him. Oh, there's an accident right away. Nigel Baines is off. Greg Carr, and he made contact. Nigel Baines is off the course. Looks like he hit the wall hard. Greg Carr slides. Mario Gerard going wide. It is absolute chaos here at the beginning of the second race. Dalton, what is happening?
I don't know. Maybe they all got too comfortable in that first race and getting in here on the cold tires. Maybe it was the rolling start change. I don't know. Some sort of difference definitely has gotten everyone flustered and making mistakes.
There is absolute chaos back in the field. Looks like Nigel Baines falling way back. I don't get how that all happened. I didn't see it at some point. Maybe we will be able to go back and see what happened there. As we move forward, looks like JD Smith now is also into the tire barrier. We have a replay. Looks like he did just get loose, and off he goes. And that is going to really mix things up as we are finishing the first lap. Looks like a half dozen people are on their way into the pits. We'll try to get everything straightened out here in just a second. Luckily, there is mandatory pit stops in this race, so that will not hurt these drivers quite so much. The ones that made it back didn't rely on the fast toe. That will hurt, if there is fast toes, that is. Looks like after all the chaos, we have Greg Carr out in front, but not by much. Farouk, the machine man czar, right behind him. João Oliveira about 3 seconds back from there, and Nils Jordan in 4th place, being chased by Jason Lundy in 5th. Absolute chaos at the beginning of the second round of the GV8 this year. I would like to take this moment to thank Get Dirty MX.com for the sponsorship. They are sponsoring the race that you are watching today. We cannot thank them enough. Make sure to swing out to the website and show them the support and love that you would to anybody else. We have back out in front, Greg Carr still out in front with Farouk Manzar in 2nd, João Oliveira in 3rd.
Yeah, Greg Carr got messed up right there in the Moss corner hairpins. And Farouk is taking over the lead. Greg recovered and is in 2nd. We'll see if he can run him back down.
We are on board now with Glenn Sidman. He is running in 8th position. He is following Chris Hogan out in front of him. We have a slide. I couldn't tell who that was. It looks like it is. I couldn't tell. They blinked really quick. Nils Jordan is the one that spins around. That is unfortunate. He was running in 4th place. That left-hander, that sweeper, that is a very tough place. That is a tough place.
Yeah, it's so weird going over the hill. I mean, it almost feels like the turn is banked the other way. So it's almost like you're fighting the racetrack in that turn.
There does appear to be a little bit of negative camber I believe that negative camber. I'm learning new things. We are watching the battle between Peter Hebron and Kane Kraft. Peter Hebron in the number 46, Kane Kraft following him in 10th place in the number 15. This is a battle that is back a little ways. There was a lot of chaos at the beginning of the race, so they are still doing extremely well. I'm glad to say that JD Smith, the other announcer from last season, along with Thomas Kraft, is doing very well. He's up in 12th position this race. We look like we have Jason Lundy is back in the pits, Dalton.
Yeah, it looks like Jason Lundy and Chris Hogan are trying to get their pit stops out early. Nigel Baines, Tony Kushman, and Mark Myers, they all made their pit stops by virtue of their first lap crashes.
It will be interesting to see how this all plays out. Again, there is one pit stop, a 4-tire pit stop is required in this race, this 20-lap race. So the chaos at the beginning of the race doesn't necessarily mean that the drivers' races are over. They just have to be smart. They have to get back. They have to be done what they have to get done, and then start putting in laps, and see where everything sorts out farther down, farther along in the race. Looks like we have still a lot of great racing all the way down with. It looks like Jason Lundy in 5th and Glenn Sidman in 6th, really close within a second of each other. We have, it looks like Mark Myers, at least as far as I know at this point, is the only driver who is off the lead lap. That leaves us 15 drivers still on the lead lap. Something must have happened to Tony Klusterman. He is way down in 15th. That is uncharacteristic of him. Mario Carrard's in 14th. Uncharacteristic as him as well. So Nigel Baines is in 13th, and obviously we know that he had his problem. But it's good to see all of them running at the moment.
Glenn Sidman, Kyle Herron, and Thomas Kraft have all decided to make their pit stops here, coming on to lap 5.
So a little more strategy playing out. We will see 3 drivers coming in. That's a smart strategy because you can definitely lose time if you're by yourself down the back straightaway. It is imperative to not be by yourself. You can really lose time there. But we do have at the moment, Farouk Manzar is up by about 7 seconds over second place Greg Carr. Joao Oliveira is behind him in 3rd place. Nils Jordan is in 4th, and Peter Hebron, he makes his moves every once in a while. There he is in 5th place. It's good to see him there, but Kyle Herron in 6th place within a half a second, trying to take away the top 5 position from Peter Hebron.
Yeah, Peter Hebron actually had a problem in the second to last turn and just nudged the tires. I don't think it's any significant damage, but lucky for him, pit road was right there, and he decided to take it down and make his mandatory pit stop of the race.
And a lucky break for him, that is for sure. We still do have Farouk Manzar way out in front. He is laying in some blistering times. It's going to be very tough to catch him. He is a very, very fast driver. We now are focusing on JD Smith here in the number 24 car. Jason Lundy is behind him, and in the distance you can see Nigel Baines. JD Smith is running currently in 7th place. It is good to see him having a great race out there.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't like to see that. That is unfortunate. We are going back to instant replay. We'll try to see what happened there. Can you walk us through it, Dalton?
Looks like he just went down in there and drove it right into the wall. Certainly probably wasn't intentional, I would hope, but definitely a very tough break for him.
That's unfortunate. Hopefully there was some mechanical failure. You hate to say that, but it's unfortunate end to a race. You never like to see that, and unfortunately sometimes that does happen even with the best of circumstances, as today, this bright sunny day.
Yeah, and Kyle Herron's coming down to make I believe what'll be his 2nd pit stop. JD Smith is also on pit road making his 1st pit stop, and Mark Myers is still sitting on pit road trying to get some damage fixed. It looks like he's now 3 laps down, so him coming back to anything is very highly unlikely. The top 4 have not pitted.
The top 4 have not pitted. This should be very interesting then, because we have Farouk Manzar, João Oliveira, and Greg Carr are all within about 9.5 seconds of each other.
The leader's on pit road for Manzar. Greg Carr is maybe his teammate is coming with him.
It's two of the top three now. We're still waiting for Oliveira to make the pit and Nils Jordan to make his pit stop. And then things should be sorted out by that point. I believe that would be everybody then. Maybe that should be about everybody, I believe. So we hate to see Mark Myers on pit row. He's now 4 laps down. That's not how you want to start your season, but hopefully he can come back. We go live now on board with Mario Gerard. He is chasing down Glenn Sidman, the number 83 car of Glenn Sidman, the silent stalker, in 8th place. Mario Gerard in the Road Shark racing car, number 27. These two are no stranger to each other. They had an incredible race at the end of last season to finish 4th and 5th in the standings respectively by 2 points. 2 points separated these two men last year. Here they are racing in 8th and 9th place.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see where Martin Carroll ends up after this, because Farouk pitted from the lead, and he's only 2 seconds or so ahead of Martin, so definitely should be interesting. Nils Jordan has made his stop on pit road.
Nils Jordan now is on pit road. Did I hear that correctly?
Yep, he's leaving now, but a lot of cars definitely went by him, so looks like, I don't know if waiting was the factor, but he's definitely gonna drop out of the top 5.
An interesting turn of events. The cards keep shuffling here at Mosport in Toronto, Ontario. We are on the Fusion Racing Network. My name is Joe Odell, and with me is Dalton Baldwin. The broadcast being brought to you by Get30MX.com. Go out, give them a visit, give them your love and support. We like to support those who support us. We go out to now. We have João Oliveira is in 1st place. I believe he's also made his pit stop, correct? Because he's out by 18 seconds.
No, he's still staying out there. We're at halfway now, so he might make his pit stop at halfway, or I mean, he could wait all the way till the end and try and make it with 2 laps to go or so.
I do believe he is the only one now who has not made his pit stop. Everybody else is falling in line pretty much where we thought they would. 2nd place at the moment is Farouk Manzar. He is looks like he's about 6 seconds ahead of now 3rd place, I guess, Marty Carroll. But again, remember that Oliveira has not made his pit stop yet, so though he is running in 1st, we're not quite sure where he will fit in after his pit stop.
Yeah, Glenn Sidman and Mario Gerard are the 2 closest cars on the track. They're within a second of each other back in 6th and 7th. So it'll be interesting to see if they turn out to be a pretty tight race when it gets to the end.
The silent stalker, number 83, out in front of 27, Mario Gerard. Like I said before, they are no strangers. They spent most of last season very close in the standings, along with Nils Jordan. The 3 of them were very close all last season. You'd hate to see Mark Myers come out of the pits after being 6 laps down and end up in trouble, but luckily everybody is able to escape that little wreck there. We see now Farouk Manzar going by Mark Myers, and he is in 2nd place now, although Oliveira has not made his pit stop. The car in front of him is Kyle Herron. He is lap down. He is lap traffic. So Farouk Manzar is running way out in front of Marty Carroll in second place. He's third place. But he's about 6 seconds back.
And our leader has decided to finally make his pit stop. He did wait till halfway, and we'll see how that plays out for him, where he'll end up after this pit stop, and then that'll be the full cycle of mandatory stops will be done.
So there you have it, Oliveira, the pits. We will see where he's able to filter out after his pit stop. It looks like at least Farouk will be able to take the lead back from him. That's not necessarily a surprise. Farouk is an incredibly fast driver. The interesting thing is to see if he's going to be able to come out in front of Carroll, Carr, Baines, Sidman, or Gerard.
Carroll and Carr have gotten, I believe, Baines to Olivier is pulling out of the pits now, so he should settle into 5th place.
As we go on board with Oliveira, he is in 5th place. He is looking forward towards Nigel Baines. We figured he would fall back a couple of spaces. I mean, Farouk Manzar is an incredibly fast driver, and Carroll, Carr, they're all very fast. We knew he was going to fall back, but 5th place, very respectable. I like to see him. He's a new driver this year. It's nice to see him doing as well as he is.
Yeah, definitely. It's always nice to see them all do well. But unfortunately, not all of them can do well every race.
We have Farouk Manzar also races for the, he races for the V8 of America. I'd like to give them a plug. V8s of America, I'd like to give them a plug. Check them out definitely as well. We like to support everybody. That's Farouk Manzar. You can catch him there. He's a very fast driver. It should give you some idea of the skill level of where he's racing there as well.
Oh, Martin Carroll just had a couple crazy moments trying to keep Greg Carr from catching him, but he's, still having moments. And now he's off the track, into the tires in the Moss corners. He's going to try and get back on the track, but he's definitely going to lose 1, maybe 2 spots because of it. It looks like he's just losing the back end of that car. Nigel Baines, with a really good recovery from the first wreck, is going to go by him now. So put Marty Carroll back to 4th, Greg Carr into 2nd, and Nigel into 4th.
Well, you hate to see that. And he's off again. Oh, and he hits it hard. He hits it hard.
Yeah, that.
I don't know what happened there. It looked like he might have locked his brakes up. It was hard to tell. Maybe he touched a tire. We'll go to replay here. We'll try to get this thing sorted out. He hit hard. We hope he's okay. We hope that he is okay. We'll try to get the replay.
That was a hard hit. He definitely, he could have had some sort of mechanical issue, or obviously with sim racing, I think he just didn't brake.
That's tough. That again, this has been an incredibly unstable race. We've had all kinds of people going off the grass. The first race was very, very calm, very, very tame. All of a sudden, chaos breaks loose on the second one at the very beginning of the race, and it's been continuing to bite some of these drivers throughout their entire race.
Looks like we got a good battle for 6. Gerard and Niels Jordan.
We have Nils Jordan out in front of Mario Gerard. Nils Jordan in the 12 car. Gerard following close behind in the 27 car. They are running in 6th and 7th position as they continue and put in the end of lap 14 as they move on to lap number 15. We have 12 of our drivers of the 16 who started are still on the lead lap. They are Menzar, Carr, Baines, Oliveira, Sidman, Jordan, Gerard, Mundy, Hogan, Klusterman, Kraft, and Hebron, all still on the lead lap. This is a very good race, Dalton.
Yes, definitely. And I think judging by looking through the field, we'll definitely get some good racing at the end. Nigel Baines is slowly trying to reel in Greg Carr. Glenn Sidman is not too far back from Oliveira, so if he could catch them, that'd be a good race for 4th. And then with Niels Jordan and Mario Girard, they're bumper to bumper. So we'll definitely have a lot of different battles coming in these last 5 laps here.
That is definitely an exciting thing to see. The GV8 is some of the most exciting racing that you're going to see. It's an incredible car. We have some very good drivers. They are fast. They're competent. They are courteous. It's just a joy to watch them run around the track. It's an exciting time. It's the beginning of the season. Anything can happen. Farouk Mansour is taking off of this race, but the 2nd and 3rd are within a second of each other. We have 4th and 5th are within 2 seconds of each other right now, and Nils Jordan is barely holding off Mario of the Road Shark Racing by just the slightest of margins.
Yeah, they are running very close. And as we saw in the first race and pretty much all of this race, close racing can definitely not always end well.
We have on board here with Mario Girard. He is following Nils Jordan as they come around Moss Corners and head down the back straightaway. This is the battle for 6th place. These two have been very close for at least a season and a half now. For many more of these races. The Silent Stalker is up in front of them by about 9 seconds. The 3 of them are usually locked in some very good battles. Mosport is no exception. We have these two again tied in mortal combat with a couple of laps left. This is the excitement that we've come to watch this show for.
Yeah, definitely. And looks like Niels Jordan has been having some sort of connection issues that happens with sim racing, and he's been blinking in and out, which makes it hard for Mario Girard because he doesn't always know where Niels Jordan is, and if he comes back from a blink and they're inside each other, could end badly for both drivers.
We are now looking at the number 777 of Oliveira out in front of the number 83 of Glenn Sidman. We are looking at the race for 4th and 5th position as they come down the back straightaway. That is Oliveira in the black and the green car. And behind him we have Never Quit Racing, Glenn Sidman.
Yeah, these battles are definitely shaking up. Nigel Baines has taken over 2nd from Greg Carr, so most likely we'll see him pull away with 2nd. Definitely a good recovery from that first lap, first turn wreck.
It looks like we have some trouble with Klusterman, I believe it is, and that's going to be a tough break for him. He's already a lap down, and he's having a tough race. He's had kind of a tough day. It's too bad because he was really looking forward to the season, and this is not an example of how Tony Klusterman drives. Sometimes you just get bit, and unfortunately, he's starting off the season on a bit of a down note, but long season left. If you got to get it out of the system, get it done, and get going. So we hope Tony the best of luck. We'd like to see him maybe rebound and have a little bit better next week. We now go on board with Mario Girard. He is still following Nils Jordan in the race for 6th position. I know that you mentioned earlier about blinking, and with Mario behind him, knowing Mario Girard now for 4 seasons, if there is one person that you want in that position to follow somebody blinking, it's him. He is an extremely safe driver. He is consistently the lowest incident driver every season now for 4 years. If you have to blink, he's the guy you want to blink around.
Yeah, definitely. You always hope that if you're in that blinking position that you have someone patient behind you. They come around to 2 laps to go here, but eventually Mario will have to make a move with the race winding down and go for that 6th position.
That will become a factor, and that's correct, Dalton. With just 2 laps left, it doesn't matter if you're the most safe driver in the world. If you've got to make your moves, eventually you're going to have to make your move, and that becomes a lot more difficult when somebody's blinking in front of you. We'll have to see if anybody's going to do it. It's going to be Mario. I want to run down through the list here with less than 2 laps going. We have white flag. Farouk Manzar comes across in first place. He's 17 seconds out in front of Nigel Baines, who's in front of Greg Carr. Then we have Oliveira, Glenn Sidman, Nils Jordan, and Mario Girard in the top 7. Lundy, Hogan, and Kraft finishing out the top 10.
Yeah, Sidman's caught Oliveira for 4th. We'll see if he can make a move here in the final lap. Make a late pass and try and get him. And Girard is still trailing Nils Jordan.
So we have 2 very interesting races coming down to the end. Farouk Manzar, barring some sort of catastrophe, will take first place. Nigel Baines is barely out in front of Greg Carr, and Nils Jordan has Mario Girard breathing down the back of his neck. It will be an incredible finish here. We see some lap traffic getting out of the way to let the 4th place of Oliveira get past and make a run. Farouk Manzar is around the last corner. He will take first place in the 2nd race. Congratulations, Farouk. A fantastic run. It is an incredible run to watch. He was way out in front. Nigel Baines is in 2nd place. It looks like he's far enough out in front that Greg Carr will not be able to jump. The attention now goes to Oliveira and Sidman as they come through the final couple of corners.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Sidman is gonna be close enough to get to him.
Oliveira will take 4th place. Sidman will take 5th place. We have Nils Jordan. He is out in front of Girard by about a second. Something must have happened to Girard, maybe. Hit an overbrake a little bit, but he will finish in 7th place behind Nils Jordan by about a second. Looks like about 3 seconds. The 8th place of Jason Lundy will come across the line. Should be Chris Hogan in 9th, and Kane Kraft and Chris Hogan will be the last one on the lead lap. Kraft in 10th place is on the back straightaway, and he should be taking 10th. So we have Farouk Manzar taking the 2nd race of the GV8 season. He's followed by Nigel Baines, Greg Carr, João Oliveira, Glenn Sidman, rounding out the top 5. Nils Jordan, Mario Girard, Jason Lundy, Chris Hogan, and Tom Kane Kraft round out the top 10. That was one heck of a race, Dalton.
Yeah, definitely very exciting right from the start. I mean, turn 1, Nigel Baines, the winner of the last race, goes around, and he definitely recovered nicely to finish 2nd.
We have with us Jason Lundy. Hello, Jason. How you doing?
Hey, Joe. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. I'm all right. Looks like that was a little bit chaotic there at the beginning.
Oh yeah, I've never seen so many cars off in the first